Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. We wanted to educate you guys on migraines today. So I have the very own Dr. Wynn with us. She actually works here at the firm with us in helping veterans obtain a VA disability. So next 6 letters, DBQs and so forth. This is the brains behind how that happens. And so today we're discussing migraines. So Dr. Wynn, what are migraines and how does this happen?
All right, so the general condition for migraines is that it's a neurological disease that's considered a primary headache, meaning that it can be not caused by any other condition and it's its own diagnosis. It's a primary headache disorder that's a clinical diagnosis, meaning also you don't need to have any kind of imaging or blood test to confirm the diagnosis of it. It's a clinical diagnosis based on the symptoms. Migraines are the 6th most disabling disease in the world, so it's really common. Migraines often have something called auras. Auras are a group of sensory, motor, and speech symptoms that commonly can be misinterpreted as a seizure or even a stroke. This typically happens before you have that headache pain with the migraine, but it can also happen afterwards as well. There are multiple types of migraines, 7 notably. So there's a migraine with aura, which is complicated migraine, migraine without aura, which is a common migraine, migraine without head pain, also known as a silent migraine, a hemiplegic migraine, which is where you have some stroke-like symptoms where there's weakness, paralysis of one side of the body or face.
So if a veteran, and I'm sorry to interrupt, if a veteran has a TBI, how could that affect migraines? Because I remember you mentioned several different types of migraines. Could TBI also be a factor in that too?
It can definitely be a cause of a certain kind of migraine and contribute to it, and the veteran can also have migraine in addition to TBI symptoms as well, whereas the headache pain is part of the migraine, and then they have some additional symptoms that are different from a headache as part of the TBI, if that makes sense.
Wow, that makes sense, yeah, yeah, okay.
And then there's also the retinal migraine. This is where it's also called ocular migraine, where it starts in the eye and then it spreads to the rest of the head. There's a dull and pain behind that one eye. There is a chronic migraine. This is the type of migraine that occurs 15 days out of the month at least. There's a migraine with brainstem aura, which the brainstem is affected, so there's vertigo, there's some slurring of the speech, double vision, loss of balance, so very stroke-like, luckily not an actual stroke. And then there is the most severe type of migraine, which is also the most rare. It's called status migrainus. This lasts 72 hours or more, and it has the most severe symptoms, really severe nausea, severe pain. So as mentioning of symptoms, most commonly there's a throbbing, pulsating sensation. The symptoms get worse with physical activity, and then it gets worse also in response to light, sound, and smells. Migraines can last from hours to days.
Wow, wow. And I think here in the firm, we see a lot of veterans that are in positions where their migraines cause them to not also be able to go to work. Is that possible? Is that really realistic that that happens, or?
Yes, definitely. So migraines definitely affect your life tremendously. Because there are 4 stages in a migraine. Each stage can last several hours to several days as well. There's a prodrome stage, which actually occurs even before the aura starts. And then the aura, which we had mentioned, are the sensory motor symptoms. Then the actual head pain itself, which is the migraine, which is the pulsating, throbbing pain. Then there's the postdrome period, where it's the tiredness, the fatigue afterwards, that irritability and ability to concentrate. That can last for several days afterwards. So you can imagine the span of those symptoms affecting your work and your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. So vets out there that are listening to this content, this is amazing information from Dr. Wynn. I want to add another element to this as well. So some of you are asking for, how do I get rated? Can it be secondary to my TBI or to mental health or other things like tinnitus and vertigo? And the answer in short is, it depends. It depends on the evidence. It depends on exactly what's going on. So what I want to share with you now is exactly how the VA rates migraines. Migraines are rated 0, 10, 30, and 50. And I give you the top end. 50% is very frequent, completely prostrate and prolonged attacks that are productive of severe economic inadaptability. And so what that means is, as Dr. Wynn was expressing, sometimes you may be suffering migraines for several days or several hours. That can cause incapacitated episodes, which allow you to not be able to go to work. And so if you're experiencing those things, or if you have migraines, feel free to get in contact with us any day or anytime. We'd be more than happy to help you out. Before we end this video, any more tips about migraines, Dr. Wynn?
Well, they're tough to deal with, but we'll help you deal with them.
We'll help you deal with them, and we'll help you get your percentage as well. So migraines, once again, 0, 10, 30, 50%, 50% being the most egregious. And if you're having incapacitated episodes, or if you're finding this pulsating pain on either left side, right side, both, or in the front of the head, feel free to give us a call to see how we can get you an increase. We look forward to working with you.